What's up, everyone? This is Gail Dudley, and it is time for News in Motion. I see you, Jeffrey Allen James. I see you, Deborah Johnson. Good morning to the two of you. I see you, John Gore. John Gore is watching. I see you. So good to see his name pop up in here. I know he's doing some other things during the day, but hey, good morning. Good morning, my brother. I see you, Rosanna Lee Bivens, popping up in here. I see you, Kenny Stanley. You're also in the green room, but good morning to you once again. Adrian's coming in from YouTube. Good morning. I see you, Lori A. Wallace. Good morning. What's up, Marion Jackson? Good morning to you. Come on in the room, people. Come on in the room. It is Monday, y'all. It is Monday. It is less than 24 hours to cast our final ballot in this midterm election. I see you, Latrice Jones. Good morning. What's up, Yvonne? Good morning to you. Y'all, we have a lot to cover today. I did not think I was really going to dive deep into elections as I have to on today, but there's some things we must cover. And we must be very aware. This is not to incite fear any way, shape, or form, but I just want you to know what's going on out there. Good morning, George Sanders. He's in the room. Latrice says, sharing is caring. Go on and share this broadcast. I would greatly appreciate that. I see Pastor Alex popping up in here. Marion said, my youngest son voted for the first time on Saturday. Hello, somebody. I love seeing that. It's just a lot. We're going to share. We're going to give you information. Hopefully, you'll take some notes or share this and invite people in different areas to check this out. We have a lot to cover. But before we do that, I thought I would give y'all some soft news at first. Now, y'all, this is just for fun. I'm just breaking up the day. Just for fun. Y'all, all right. Pastor Alex said he voted yesterday. Come on through, y'all. Come on through. I see Mary Jenkins popping up in here as well. I'm glad. Go ahead. Vote, 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 vote. All right, y'all. The Powerball, just for fun. The Powerball jackpot surges to 1.9 billion. That is with a B dollars. There was no winner on Saturday night's drawing for a record-breaking Powerball jackpot. Even last week, y'all, machines broke down. So many people were trying to get some numbers. They broke down. It was a nationwide outage. Then different areas that were selling Powerball was running out of paper. So, y'all, the prizes are just up, and it's coming through for tonight. It's coming through. Now, if no one wins tonight, it will set the record for the most consecutive Powerball drawings without a grand prize winner. Now, if you win, you can choose the cash option, which will get you $929 million. So just for fun. Don't be all religious this morning. Don't be all religious this morning. We know you love Jesus. But just for fun, would you play? And if you would play and win, what would you do with the money? Just put it in the chat. Just put it in the chat. We just need to know. What would you do with the money? Let me tell you right now. If I was to play and to win, if I were to play and to win. And I see you, Shirley Nicholson. I see you, Tracy Burrs. I see you, Patricia Lyles. I see y'all rolling up in here. But if y'all were to win, good morning. It says Facebook user. That's either Nawana, Devontae, or Mike Nicholson. I don't know why your thing doesn't come here. Deborah says she will change her name. my sister said if she plays, she's gonna move, and when she will move our parents. That's a good one. And I said, okay, what would I do? What would I do? First of all, Pastor Alex said he would disappear at first. George said he would throw his phone in the ocean. Dr. Antoinette said unlisted number. Y'all coming through. I see you, Regina Shores. Kenny Stanley said, if you don't see me on Thursday, you know why. Yvonne said, yes, I played. I'm going to play again. She's going to move. This Facebook user says, I am playing and they planning to bless some people. So that's what you all are saying. Now, let me tell you what I would do. I check this out. Good morning, Kim Edmondson. John Gore said yes, and there will be a whole lot of new millionaires in my circle. I like that, John Gore. Can I be one? Jeffrey Allen James said, hide it after I finish crying. Tracy Bird said she's gonna move to Fiji. So this is what I said I was gonna do, and I just checked it out just to be, hey, I may have the inkling to go. Who knows? But I said, first of all, I'm gonna have me an attorney lined up. I'm gonna have a CPA lined up. I'm going to figure out all legal stuff. I'm gonna set up a trust. And I said, then I'm going to sit back and say, okay, let me take care of my parents. Let me take care of my children. Let me take care of my family, my siblings. I said, I'm gonna go just straight across. That's a lot of money, and I'm going to make sure that everybody around me. I'm going to launch some businesses for other people. Y'all know my philanthropic side is going to come out. I'm going to just be blessing people. Y'all gonna call me Mackenzie Scott Jr. Yep, because I'm gonna make sure everybody. Food insecurity is gonna be my number one on my list. That's what I would do, just to have fun, y'all, just to have fun. Latrice said that she would buy a big house and houses for all her children, and then she would go travel. Travel be on mine too. Marion said, yes, I would play and win. All right, play and win. Go on, Marion, speak it. In Ohio, you can stay anonymous. I will bless others. Yeah, in Ohio, you can stay anonymous. Good morning, Fred Jones. Rosanna said she would travel, 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 and take care of her mom and family. And Yvonne said family first. So, y'all, that was just fun before I get into the news. Y'all, don't forget the Black Panther sequel comes out this Friday. Make sure you go and support. I've been invited to there were a couple different premieres, and I was invited to one and accepted one. And then I saw the one from Al Edmondson. So I am going to one. There's a lot that's out there. Davia said, good morning. What did I miss? We getting money. I gave the news, Davia, on the Powerball that no one won, and that is now at 1.9 billion with the B dollars. So I was asking people, I said, put your religious side aside, and trust me, I might be like, let me go over here and get these. Here's the thing, I don't even know what I'm doing. I'll be like, can you pull me some numbers? I don't know, just give me something and let me hold on to it. So we were asking, what would you do with the money if you won? Because the cash out, if you did the cash option, is $929 million. Lori said she would open a performing arts school. Fred Jones said, Latrice Jones, would you take me on the trip? I think she would, Fred, on some of them. Some will be girlfriendships. Good morning, Sardinia. So, y'all, that was just for fun. Again, Black Panther sequel comes out on Friday. And y'all, in the news, here's some other news where we get down to some of the serious things we need to discuss. Y'all, Meta will reportedly begin laying off thousands of employees this week in what could amount to the company's most significant job cut since it was founded in 2004. And that's Wall Street Journal reporting. Y'all, social media, people are tired. There's something that's happening with social media. The pulse of social media is changing, and people are tired. They're coming off of it. They're not paying for ads. They're like, we're not doing this. I'm done with it. So, y'all, there's something that's out there. We need to pay attention to what's going on here as well. Latrice Jones says she got her ticket for Wakanda Forever. Good morning, Judy Neal, to you. And then Apple, y'all, Apple said that the iPhone 14 production has just kind of like fizzled out. They said due to COVID restrictions and its huge assembly plant in China, and that's CNBC's reporting. Again, what is this? What is happening? When I see news releases such as this, and I see a lot of them that come through on a daily basis, I pause and say, okay, what's really happening here? Are people not jumping on the bandwagon with buying a new iPhone or phone period every year? Is it something with having the largest assembly plant in China? Are people saying bring these jobs back to the United States? What's really happening here? Y'all, and all of this is playing into not necessarily the midterm elections, but the general election for 2024. I know y'all didn't want to hear that, but that's what I said. Y'all, NPR reports pre-check. Y'all, this is the best thing. If you travel, you want to get better and get the pre-check. It's just amazing. Get pre-check and clear. I love them both. TSA is lowering the price for pre-check program ahead of the holiday season. Even if you are already pre-checked and you're about to expire and you have to renew, they're even giving you a better discount. The Transportation Security Administration is lowering fees for enrolling to its pre-check program from $85 to $78. Yeah, believe me, it's worth every penny. And it's good news as airports brace for the crowds traveling through holidays. Listen, I love just walking through, like, how y'all doing over there in that line? Just going through. You don't have to take off anything, just put it up there and go through. Every now and then you might be random checked or whatever. Then you get clear on top of that. It's a home run. If you flying anywhere through some of the major airports like Atlanta, Delta Airlines has this amazing thing where they do this facial recognition identification. They're like, oh, just you go over there. And it's like, it's a little scary, but here's the truth. Drones, this, that, the other's already out there anyway. Who cares? Just go for it. Just go for it. Jeffrey Allen James said Facebook is closing accounts, and so is Instagram. Something is happening. Something is happening. All right, y'all. Now, here, since we're talking about social media, dude, stay in your lane. Go back to making cars. Just go back. Let that be your point of contact. Seriously. So you bit off too much. Y'all, get this. I think it's a little funny. And I know some people who were laid off on Friday. They woke up, laid off, Twitter, whatever. Y'all, just days after laying off about a half of Twitter's workforce following Elon Musk's acquisition, the company is now asking them to come back to work. That's happening, y'all. That's happening. They're asking them to come back. On Friday, y'all know Elon Musk began massive layoff of the San Francisco-based company, letting go roughly 3,700 workers via email. That's like breaking up by text message. That's just not cool. Many Twitter employees expressed learning of their layoff after they were already cut off from accessing, I can't even get it out, accessing company-wide system. So their system was down. Then they got the email, but they didn't get the email because their system was down. It's hilarious. Anyway, on Twitter, this is how they ask people to come back on Twitter. It says, it was this quotation mark, sorry to add everybody on the weekend, but I wanted to pass along that we have the opportunity to ask folks that were let go if they would come back. I need to put together names and rationales by 4 p.m. on Sunday. End of quote. Now, still, employee workers were reading Saturday this message on Twitter Slack. And then they'll go on and say, I'll do some research. But if any of you have been in contact with folks who might come back and who we think will help us, please let us have the names by 4 p.m. tomorrow. Say what? That's how we do stuff. That's how we do stuff. Now, y'all, some of those in the companies asking to return were laid off. They said by mistake. They was like, oh, your name, we didn't mean to send you that email. Yeah, okay. This is coming from out of Bloomberg. While others were fired before management realized their expertise was necessary to build the new features Elon Musk wants to perform. So almost all have been asked to come back. Whatever. So on top of all of that chaos, Twitter then rolls out the Twitter Blue service. Users can pay $7.99 per month to receive a blue check mark. Say what? So there's no telling what's happening there. His board of directors are getting upset with him on the Tesla side. So no telling what's about to happen there. But I thought I would just share that. All right, y'all. I know y'all sick of it, but let's talk elections. Let's talk it. Let's talk elections. All right, y'all. Tomorrow is election day across the U.S. And in the most recent analysis of 538, I just want y'all to hear this. I'm going to break this down. Republicans appear to be favored to take back the House, but the Senate is up for grabs. However, you have other pundits who are coming out saying that's not the case at all because of this $880 million that the wealthiest people in the nation are pouring into the Republican campaigns. They're saying it's just a spin. That based upon the number of people in early voting, and early voting usually goes to the Democrats and independents. Based upon the numbers of early voting, they said that can't be the case at all. Now, I'm going to say something, but I still need y'all to go vote. I can't explain it, but I am so comfortable with this election. I don't know why, but and I'm not a prophet or nothing or anything like that. But I'm so comfortable with this campaign. But we have to show up and we have to vote. So here's everything you need to know. Isaiah's going to open up, put up the banner. Vote.org. Here's everything you need to know. If you go to vote.org, you can find your early voting locations. In Ohio, you have until 2 p.m. today. In Ohio, you have until 2 p.m. today. And all of you who were in Ohio, especially in Franklin County, and you were on Morse Road on yesterday for Souls to the Polls, hats off to you. Some of you stood in line for up to 4.5 hours. So hats off to you. It was a beautiful day. You stayed out there. You stayed in line. You completed it. Hats off to you. So y'all early voting, location you can find. Also, on this, everything you need to know, you can check your registration. I was speaking to a great friend of mine yesterday. I know I've been getting on y'all's nerves, but I don't apologize for it. I have been telling y'all for at least 2 years to check your voting status every month. I check mine every month. In the summer, I started checking it the 1st and the 15th. I just checked it on the 1st, but then I checked it starting September the 1st and the 15th. And then right about October the 1st until the time I voted, I was checking it almost every day. This person, we were on the phone yesterday and she said, "Hey, where do I go and check this? I just want to make sure because I'm going to vote on Tuesday." I told her, I stayed on the phone with her. She got away through. She said, "Oh no." I said, "How many times have I been telling you to do this?" She said, you have. What do I do?" I said, "Well, you're going to have to go to Morse Road on tomorrow. And you better hope everything can get fixed before then." I said, "Or you'll be voting provisional ballot, which you don't want to do." Yeah, I really don't just say these things to you all just to say these things. I am saying it because I know what the heck I am talking about. Seriously. So you can go to vote.org. You can check your voting registration if you have not already voted early. You can also see what is on your ballot. You can also see what is on your ballot, which I'm going to get to that in a few moments. Read your ballot, people. Read your ballots. Then you can track your ballot or ballot application. On this vote.org, you can check your ballot or your ballot application. You can locate a drop box. Now, if you ask me, forget the drop box today. Just forget it. Forget it. Not unless you go into the exact board of election and dropping your ballot there. So all of you, we know we have people join in from all over. So if you have early voting still today, can you please put that in the chat and let us know what time it ends? Let us know what time it ends. In Ohio, today is from 8 a.m. until 2 p.m. in Ohio. So wherever you are. Pastor Alex said, "We were told that in Florida, exit polls are showing that Democrats are behind in voting compared to 2020. Hopefully, folks turn out in big numbers tomorrow." I do too. Kim Edmondson says, "Mike Nicholson, Elon Musk, he fired a bunch." Oh, y'all having that conversation. Yes, Pastor Alex. And then the other thing is, they're saying that it is a common, let's see, Treese Jones says, "If we can, we need to send money to Stacey Abrams' campaign. If not, send prayers. We need her elected." And it's not too late. Y'all can do that for $2, $5, $1, whatever. And if you're saying, what difference does it make today? It makes a lot of difference because you can get more ads up on the television over there immediately. So y'all locate a drop box. If you're going to the drop box, please hear me. Make sure you're going to the drop box that is located at the Board of Elections. Please don't do it in the neighborhoods. Go directly to the Board of Elections. In many cases, you can stay in your car. They're standing outside next to the drop box all over the U.S. You hand it to the people. You watch them put it in the box before you drive off. You can do that. Also, everything you need to know, you can get election reminders. So if you're saying you're going to do it on Tuesday, just set the reminders at least a couple of times throughout the day so you will not forget. You don't want to get home and say, "Daggone it." Just like, tonight, let's just, I'm still having fun, y'all. Let's just tonight, you have until 10 p.m. to get your Powerball. I done researched the stuff after I was reading the press release. So you don't want to get home and then at 9:54, you're like, "Dag, I was going to play this number." And then you wrote the number down. Then the next day you wake up and that number went, I wouldn't want to be you. Anyway, y'all, I don't. Seriously, I'm just having fun. All right, y'all. You can register to vote. There are states, and I will share these in the morning. The states that you can register and vote on the same day. There are 8. I'll let you know that in the morning. Uh, Forget the vote by mail. That's over for this election. And now, if you did not register and you're like, "Man, I need to do better next year," you can on this app pledge to register to vote for the next election. So, y'all, that's the information that we want to talk about. Yeah, Latrice, watch them put it in the box. Shirley says, "Take care." My immediate, she's on y'all still on the Powerball. Keep rolling, keep rolling. All right, y'all. So that's everything you need to know. Now, y'all, CNBC reports. This is so important. I want y'all to hear this. billionaires at the last minute. That's why you're seeing these numbers shift over to the Republican Party. And if you're a Republican, you know why it's shifting there. You automatically see this. Billionaires in the last, I want y'all to hear this, in the last 72 hours have poured more money than ever into the midterm elections. And these are the GOPs. American billionaires have funneled $880 million just in the last 72 hours into the election, accounting for 7.4% of all money raised by federal candidates, political parties, and political action committees. Those are PACs, according to the Americans for Tax Fairness, which analyzed data compiled by the campaign finance watchdog Open Secrets. Now, y'all, when I see things like this, these are some of the questions I ask. And I also ask these same questions when I am voting. Why are you spending that much money into an election instead of cleaning up homelessness, instead of dealing with Social Security, instead of dealing with senior prescriptions, instead of dealing with inner city schools, instead of dealing with those who are food insecure? I ask these kind of questions. Out of nowhere, you have this kind of money you're just going to pour into an election that's going to end in less than 72 hours. Seriously, these are questions I ask. Then I ask myself, what's the tie-in? What do you have? What do you have at the table that you need to pour this kind of money in here? I see you, Vergi. Good morning, Karen. Karen said, right? These are the questions I ask. So let me keep going. American billionaires spent a record of this 880 million again the last 72 hours. Now they're talking about tax fairness. They're talking about while the U.S. billionaires poured about 1.2 billion initially in. And I want y'all to hear this. I want y'all to hear this. Into the 2020 presidential election overall, the 880 million in these last few hours is ridiculous. And they're saying that they did not think that the Democrats had the kind of power that they had, so they started pouring in money. They're saying in the suburban areas where women have turned from soccer moms to really going out to protest and to get people out to vote. They talked about a record number of women who register. So y'all, it's really strange. I'm like, I think y'all just all fluff over here because the numbers aren't equal. I've been following Michael Moore. Michael Moore has never been wrong about an election. Never been wrong about an election. He's a Democrat. He even called it like early on in the 2020 election. He said Donald Trump was going to win, and people cussed him out, was done with him, everything else, and he did win. He has never called an election wrong. Now, I'm not saying put all your hope in Michael Moore. I'm not saying that, but the numbers don't add up. And what normally happens, I want y'all to hear me. This is why I'm talking about it this morning. What normally happens is that people say, oh, this is a wrap, so there's no need for me to vote. No, go and vote. It's so important for you to go and vote. Over the next, I would say 24 hours, even more, up until the time cuts off on tomorrow, you're going to be filled with commercial ads on the television. So you might as well turn to Netflix or Hulu or somebody else because you're going to be bombarded. Your emails are going to just be bombarded with all of these kind of things. All right, y'all, most of the spending has come from Republican billionaires. 18 of the top 25 largest donors for this upcoming election have backed GOP candidates. Again, we have to ask the question, why? What do you have on the table? What deals have been made that you are pouring this kind of money in here and you're doing it at the final hours because you're seeing something that says to you, y'all not going to be able to pull this out. So what is it, y'all? This is how I ask the questions that I ask. And this is how I'm asking you to look at it if you have not already voted. Or if you're talking to someone who has not voted, you can have, I want you to be armed with this information. And I'm coming to Kenny in a moment. I haven't forgotten him. Y'all, now the cash infusion has given Republicans hope because this money is coming in and they're able to see how many people are tuned into these commercials. But again, we can have control of that and just stop watching. So I want you all to get a sample ballot. If you have not already voted, sample ballots are important. You can go to ballotpedia.org and get a sample ballot. You can download the app from Ballotpedia, or you can do, thank you, Isaiah, or you can do the vote.org, which I was just sharing with you. Now, I want you to understand your ballot. There's a lot of tricky language in these things. Ohio has a couple of issues that are tricky. So this is what you want to do when you're in casting your ballot. Ask yourself, what is this issue saying? What is this issue saying? What is it not saying? And then when you're with the candidate, why did this candidate run on this platform? What were they saying? What were their high points? How did they vote recently? Which means you have to do some homework before you go into cast your ballot. The other thing, did the person switch parties? I was in a conversation with Nawana Turner and a friend of hers over the weekend. A judge in Ohio switched parties, and she clearly told everybody why. She said, the area I'm in now is mostly blue. She was a Republican. Her name is Julie Lynch, I believe. She said, so I'm changing parties to Democrat, but I'm still Republican. She said it. Then you go to her LinkedIn. You listen, y'all, you have access to these things. You go to her LinkedIn, you go to her Facebook posts, you just read some of her posts. You're like, I don't want to vote for this person. So you need to ask these questions and then look at the map to see where they're situated. You got to look at the map. So, y'all, there's homework to do with all of this. Now, thanks to Fred Jones, who alerted me on this, and I started digging into this. Y'all, this is what I do. I love this. I love this. I love this. If any of you, and I want you to put in the chat, and if you are listening by podcast or audio, just let us know. If you need the information, we're going to try to get as much of this up today, this morning as possible. Fred Jones, thank you for alerting me to this. Gary Chambers in Louisiana is begging for our help. I want y'all to hear me. So if you have anybody in Louisiana, please let us know. Please let us know. He says, and I'm going to read all of his posts. He says, I'm going to list how many Black voters we have in different parishes around the state versus how many Black voters showed up early to vote. And I went and checked these numbers out. He is correct. And this is horrific to me. In East Baton Rouge, there's 129,000 voters, Black voters. Only 12,520 have voted. Orleans, 145,000, only 16,443 have voted. Jefferson, 73,000 Black voters, only 6,428 have voted. Lafayette, 37,000 Black voters, only 2,751 have voted. St. Laundry, 25,000, only 3,038 have voted. So, y'all, that's just a few of them. And then he goes on to say that means for every 10 Black people you see this weekend, only one of them voted. I want y'all that to sink in for you all. He goes on to say there are 942,000 registered Black voters in Louisiana. If you want to change, share this and let's move them. And so he goes on to talk about they're ranked 50th in the nation, 48 in education, 46 in healthcare, 47 in opportunity, and 50 in crime. And then he goes on to say, I'm literally asking you to send this post and the numbers of where you live and ask 10 to 20 people, will they go vote on Tuesday? 95,042 Black voters show up. They could win this. So, y'all, we're going to post all of these images in the NewsInMotion page. We cannot post the images on YouTube, but we will do it on LinkedIn. And I will also post these. They were already in my Instagram. I'll also post them again. Screenshot them and post them yourself. Now, he goes on to say, I'm not running for a title. I'm running because the guy, his opponent, is beatable, and that we shouldn't let cowards like him disrespect us and not challenge them. He spent $15 million and is polling at 51%. And he said, help us retire them. So, y'all, this is an opportunity for our call to action to get these. And again, we'll get these as soon as this is over, and we'll put this out here. Vergie on YouTube said, come on, people, get with it. Listen, if we want to see change, we have to vote. And if you don't vote, another one of Fred Jones' posts says, don't complain. We have an opportunity here. We cannot sit back and continue to say this. Devontae says, you can post images on YouTube in the community tab. All right, I may have to ask you to help me how to do that. Thank you, Devontae, for telling me that. So, y'all, that's what's happening. So this is what I'm asking everyone to do today, and then I'll bring on Kenny, and then I'll come back with some more news. I'm asking everyone to do a couple of things today. Number one, if you've already voted, if you still have your sticker, post that on social media, on all your social media sites, and then give a call to action to get people moving. Let them know this is not over. Ignore the sound bites. Let's do what we need to do. Motivate them. If you wait to vote tomorrow, do us a favor. As soon as you vote, post it again and then invite some people to vote. The other thing I want us all to do, not one person, not two people, not five people. I want us each to reach out to 10 people, not our closest people who we know already voted, because that's going to be too easy. But I want you to reach out to 10 people and ask them, can they commit to voting if they're a registered voter on tomorrow, because it may be too late today. I will share the states in the morning. I may post them today just to let you know. Share the states in the morning that where you can register and vote at the same time. There are 8 states that you can do that. So with that, I'll let y'all start thinking about that and posting the thing. We have a new image for Kenny. Hopefully you saw it. So Isaiah, if you can post that up. Kenny's gone all the way live, y'all. And he's moved his time from 4:30 to 6:30. 6:30 is a better time for people because the most games are over. Y'all know that image is great. That image was designed by Pastor Carl Wright, who does a lot of work for NewsInMotion and for myself as well. So congratulations to Kenny on that. We'll go to his intro. Since y'all have been missing his intro, we'll bring him in and then I'll be back with a very important topic. So let's go.
Hey,
What's up?
what's going on?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm loving that image.
I love it too. Real quick, I need to say this before you get started. Forgive me. And thank you, Latrice, for posting what you posted about intimidation. Isaiah, I think you have these numbers. Listen, if you need the election protection hotline, please keep this number on you. It's 1-866-R-VOTE. 1-866-R-VOTE. Again, that's 1-866-R-VOTE. Please take a screenshot. Please write it down. If somebody could put that in the chat, that would be great so people can grab it. Keep this number with you. Now, the U.S. Department of Justice Voting Rights Hotline is 800-253-3931. Again, 800-253-3931. And the TTY line is 877-267-8971. Again, the TTY line is 877-267-8971. Again, poll watchers cannot be hovering over you. They cannot tell you can't vote. They cannot do any of those things. If you feel intimidated by any way, shape, or form, please alert someone. I'm sorry, Kenny, to have taken some of your time, but I wanted to make sure I got that out there.
Okay. All right.
Go for it. It's all yours. It's all yours.
All right. News in Motion family, good morning. Welcome to Game Over with me, Kenny Stanley. What a weekend in sports. Here we go with the rundown. There were some upset folks this weekend because of some big upsets. And my, how the mighty have fallen. First of all, Georgia showed Tennessee that they are the top dogs in the SEC as they beat Tennessee Saturday, 27-13. Michigan, after a first half scare, went on to beat the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers 52-17. I told you last week that the Notre Dame Fighting Irish is a better team than what people think. And they showed it Saturday night. They broke their foot off in the daggone Clemson Saturday, and I loved it. I'm sick of Clemson. I'm not a Notre Dame fan, but I'm sick of Clemson. They beat Clemson. They beat the brakes off Clemson, 35-14. I want to give a shout out to former OSU linebacker and now head coach at Notre Dame, Marcus Freeman. Thank you for staying the course, even when everybody was at your neck, ready to say go ahead and fire him, but you stayed the course. OSU literally escaped the Windy City of Chicago by beating Northwestern 21-17. And it looks like there will be no Alabama Invitational this year as the Crimson Tide got rolled over by LSU in overtime, 32-31. Bama is still one of the top teams in the country, but this is just not their year. In the NFL, there were some good games also, but it was hard watching professional football because them boys didn't play. But that's another story. The Dolphins hung on to beat the Bears 35-32. But the Bears QB did all he could yesterday, throwing 3 touchdowns and running for 178 yards and another TD. So let's give it up for Justin Fields. He's also a former Ohio State quarterback. The Bengals over the Panthers 42-21. The Lions beat the Packers 15-9. Aaron Rodgers, it's time for you to retire because y'all done. Y'all officially over. It's done for the Packers. The Jets beat the Bills 20-17. Tampa Bay beat last year's Super Bowl champs, the Los Angeles Rams 16. I'm sorry, is it the Los Angeles Rams? The Rams. They beat them 16-13. And what a game last night as the Chiefs came back and beat the Titans in overtime, 20-17. The Ravens will wrap up the weekend in professional football as they travel to New Orleans to take on the Saints, and the kickoff is at 8:15 on ESPN. Can we give a shout out to Dusty Baker and the Houston Astros as they became the 2022 World Series champs in baseball? Dusty Baker will go down as one of the best managers in baseball ever. Wherever he goes, he puts a winner out there. My Cincinnati Reds haven't done nothing since they let him go. That was a big mistake. And the last thing I got to say, Fred Jones, we on our way. I want to give a shout out to Coach Mike Bell and the Columbus East High School Tigers football team as they beat Cambridge in double overtime on Friday night, 40-39. That game will go down as one of the best for the ages. Fred Jones, here we come. Look out, Big Red. That's sports. Back to Gail for more news. I see y'all on Thursday.
Can't wait to see you. Can't wait to see you on Thursday. See everything you're bringing. Y'all really want to start checking out Kenny Stanley. It's about a 15-minute show to start with. Y'all remember that, right? Remember when I was 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 10 minutes? But Kenny's doing an excellent job. And the reason why we adjusted the time, we noticed that games are still on at that 4:30 mark. Then there's like a small break. So we moved that time to 6:30, which will begin on this coming Saturday. So if you have 15 minutes, just check it out. If not, watch the replay, share it, support. Y'all, we're all doing that. So thank you, Kenny, for the work that you're doing. I love the graphic. I'm glad you like the work that Pastor Carl
Yes.
Wright put together.
Oh, yes.
So we're excited about that. Thank you so much, Kenny. All right, y'all, let's get to the inspirational message. And it's an important word I want to share with you. I'm calling today's inspirational message, if we want to see a difference. If we want to see a difference. Y'all, we have to do our part. We've been talking about being invited to the table. I've shared with you the billions of dollars, if not trillions of dollars, that's coming in through the government. And we want to know how to do it, which means we have to be willing to share information. We do. We're not asking you to share proprietary information. We are not asking you to share your intellectual property. But if you have a URL, share it. It doesn't cost you anything to do it. It doesn't cost you anything to share somebody's work and the work that they're doing. It doesn't. Y'all, this is where we mess up over and over and over again. And I really want you to hear me say this. And yes, I've been on this, and I believe it was Kim Edmondson that said last week that there was a pivotal moment for NewsInMotion. And that felt right. Even when I was sharing the information last Tuesday, it felt right. I knew without a doubt that God's hand was upon me because I finally completely surrendered. I have been surrendering, but there was something about complete surrendering that really helped make things shift on last week. And if you were tuning in, I'm sure you felt that as well. With that being said, y'all, there's a lot of opportunities out here for us. Couple things I want us to do. Number one, I want us to become secure in the work that we do. Be secure in it. If you've been called to it, if you're not copying from anybody, if you're not serving as a perpetrator, if you're not stealing stuff from other people, be confident in the work that you're doing. Be bold about it. Let people know this is what I offer. This is how I'm offering. Don't allow people to intimidate you by saying, I'm sick of hearing about your, oh, you're going to hear about my business every day if I have anything to say about it. Now, I'm not talking about just giving away your stuff, but if somebody's asking you for a URL, what is that going to hurt? Give them the URL. If somebody's saying, do you mind just letting me know, like, who do I need to contact? Do I have the right phone number? Let them know. Now, if somebody's saying to you, like if somebody was saying to me, for example, I know you've self-published your books. I know you are a publisher of an international magazine. Would you mind sharing with me the publishing process? Now that's you got to retain me for that, and that's going to cost you some money. Now, if you want just a URL or a contact number, I'm gonna give that to you. That's not gonna hurt me at all. But if you want me to give you detailed information, that's my intellectual property. There's a fee that goes along with that. There are many of you, and I had to laugh at some of you. I see Stephanie Burbridge Hall coming up in here. Good morning to you. Some of you, and I welcomed it. Y'all were in the voting booth taking pictures. Hey, girl, can you tell me what this looks like? Can you tell me what? Well, I can't tell you how to vote, but this is what this is saying. And that didn't cost you anything. I didn't mind doing that because I want people to be educated in this area. Beyond that, y'all, we have to be confident and secure in what it is we're doing. If we want to go for some of these major contracts that are out there, then let's do a pitch workshop. Now, let me tell you something though. A pitch workshop is going to cost you. It's going to cost you because we have to pay for the people to get them to come to the table to teach this. If we do a branding session, that's going to cost you. So y'all be confident in who you are and what you have. Look, if we want to see a difference, we got to be confident. We got to be bold. There's something else if you want to see a difference. I know it's going to go a little bit longer today. And if you got to go, you can check the replay out later. But maybe you have pen and paper. You're going to hang out here with us for a little while longer. I promise you I'm not going to be that much longer. So boldness and confidence. The next thing you want to have is that you want to have the attitude that even a no won't stop you. You want to have the attitude that even a no won't stop you. I'm gonna give you. Hopefully, I can say this without revealing the person. There was an organization who wanted me to do some things for them on NewsInMotion, and I said, sure, let's talk. So we were talking. We were ironing out some things. Then all of a sudden, they wanted more. And then they wanted me to just shift up everything and do something and put their person on screen like within 2 hours. It was that morning. I get a text message at 6 something in the morning. No, I ain't doing that. We ain't agreed to that. I'm not doing that. And now they don't even want to have a conversation with me. Okay, I will accept your no. And it's okay because I know my rules. And my thing is this. If I'm going to make your person look good, we have to have the run a show. We have a show note. We have to put an interview together. We have to complete that. I'm going to send you questions. You're going to sign off on some. I also will have other questions that you won't even know about. But there are rules. We're running this on a professional level, and you just can't come in and dictate and do whatever you want to do. That's not going to happen. So you got to just say, a no won't stop me. A no won't stop me. And if they come and say no, okay, what's next? You have to start thinking to yourself, then this wasn't for me. Or you got to work around and figure out, what can I do next? How do I work around this particular situation? If we want to see different, we also have to be different. So that's my next one. You have to be different. You have to be different. You have to stand out. What is your thing that makes you stand out? What does that look like? Not only for you, but for other people. What's going to make people remember who you are? You have to stand out. You have to be different. And that's just it. I'm just different. And here's another thing. Everybody's not going to like you. This is not a personality contest. This is a business. This is what you're doing. If you want to take it up a notch, you're going to have to start acting like it. You are. So here's a few things you need to have together, have in your arsenal as we're moving into 2023. The first thing you have to have is a template. You need to have a cover template. You need to have a pitch template. Thank you very much, Latrice Jones. You have to have a template of your brand. What are your brand colors? And right now, I'm giving y'all some free consultation information. You may want to get your pen and paper out and write this down. What are your brand colors? NewsInMotion. Just look at the sign behind me. What color is that? Those are our brand colors. So we follow off of those brand colors on everything. If you even saw Kenny Stanley's image, put that back up for a minute, Isaiah, if you don't mind. You see those same colors are somewhere in there. It comes back. It's his show, it's his distinct show, but because News in Motion and Ready is producing it, and you'll see Ready real faint down there in the bottom there. If you see that, you're like, oh, I know what that is. That means Kenny Stanley is a part of the Ready Media LLC and News in Motion. Thank you, Isaiah, for that. So you have to have your brand colors. You have to have your brand. What is your signature? What is your signature? I have two. My main one, though, is it was straight fire. That's what it is. And that merch is coming out. That merch is the bomb.com. But anyway, that merch is coming out. But that's what you need to do. Who are you as a person? Who are you as a business? Who are you as a brand? Who are you? What do you have to offer? What do you bring to the table? When you walk in the room, do people stop and turn around and see who just walked in the room? You should have that type of effect that when you walk in the room, when you pull up in the parking lot, they should know you somewhere close by, because there's something about your energy. There's something about who you are. There's something about your favor. There's something about your anointing that's going to make people stop and say, who are they? Who is that person right there that's coming up in this room? That's what you need to do. And then the other thing you need to do, and I'm guilty of this just as in yesterday. Sometimes people will exhaust me. Like, seriously, I can grieve easy. And I grieve because I'm a giver. I'm naturally a giver. I am. I'm a giver, and I'm learning to. I will never stop giving, because that's who God designed me to be. But I have to balance my giving, and I'm a giver. I will promote you. I will lift you up. I will put you out. I will talk about you behind closed doors in a good way. George Saunders, I don't know if he's still on here, if he got off. I didn't share that book in behind closed doors with a lot of people. I don't know what's going to happen for him, and it's none of my business. But because I read the book, I took some notes. Y'all, we will interview him on next Tuesday right here on News in Motion. And we'll try to also put it on Instagram. But because of that, because I know his work, I'm putting it out there. Yeah, we cannot be afraid to promote somebody else. Seriously, he ain't paying me to do that. I'm impressed with his work. I'm doing it. I'm putting out there. You should be so bold that you have no challenge promoting somebody else, not even fearing that they may dip into the funds that were set aside for you. If nothing more, like, hey, they're the bomb. Give them the funds anyway. Let's work on this together. Listen, Dr. Antoinette said, great book. It is a great book. Y'all, this is how we need to move, regardless of what the turnout for the elections are tomorrow. I really don't want to say that. I want y'all to turn out. But regardless of the final tally of the elections tomorrow, if we want to move boldly, and that's my sign off all the time. Let's move. Let's do this. Let's make bold moves. If we really want to do that, y'all, we need to start opening up seats at our table and having these conversations. Seriously. So yep, I'm getting ready to tell you now. So with this type of information I'm sharing with you right now, one thing that the Gail Dudley brand of Ready Media is going to do, I'm going to do a membership thing. I like Patreon, but some reason Patreon is not working. So we will take Patreon to the end of the year. Y'all don't stop giving now. Just wait till January 2023. But we're going to reset this. It has to be done in a way. And writing content is one thing, but I want to have monthly conversations like this, where we are strategizing, where we are giving you tools, where we're giving you the things that you need, where we're bringing people to the table. And hear me, it's going to cost more than $3 a month. It's going to cost more. So instead of saying, I'm going to do coaching over here for somebody who wants to do podcasts, I'm going to do coaching over here for somebody who wants to be a self-publisher, I'm going to do I'm not doing that anymore. I'm 57 years old. I don't have time to do that anymore. No. So what I'm going to do is come live and do memberships where it's like, let's have a conversation. You don't show up, it's going to be your loss, where we will record the meeting, the conversation, the webinar, and we'll leave it up for about 48 hours. If you don't get it in 48 hours, then I can't help you. Something else I want to share with you, and I want y'all to hear this, and I guess I'm on a rant today, but this is what we do. Thank you, Lori. Lori says, Gail is a wonderful teacher, leader, and person. Thank you for sharing. I love what I do, and hopefully it comes out every day. I want to empower us. I have a love for people that I cannot actually frame into words. I don't know how to do that. And I want to see everybody succeed. I want to see everyone soar. I want everyone to have a piece of the pie. And I mean that 1,000% and more. I do. I want to see people soar. I can't wait to see y'all just fly and be millionaires, billionaires, and make money and make moves and be influencers. I can't wait to see that. Last week, and thank you to the 4 people who did it. Last week, we started the whole month thing. I told you it's my monthly thing of the $31 because it'd be 31 years of marriage for me and my husband. Now, that doesn't happen much anymore. It's something to celebrate. But what we do with that, we take care of families. We do that, and you become a part of it because you become a part of the family of News in Motion, the family of Ready Media. So when it goes off, it doesn't go and say from Kevin and Gail Dudley. It goes off from the community of News in Motion, the community of this, that, or the other. I'm sharing that today because there are people who we have helped in the past, and there are people who are already reaching out saying we need some help. So we're asking if you just can give $31 for the month of November. This is different than the membership that'll roll out later. But this is to help make sure people have food on their table for Thanksgiving and they have children that have gifts for Christmas. And there is a need. There is a need. And if you want to do it on your own, do it on your own. Reaches, and I can tell you how to do that. Just put something out there and let people know you're trying to help some people, whatever that looks like, and people will let you know if they have a need. I know there's people who are doing it with churches. Now, every family that we have vetted them. So if it's something you want to do, you can do the Cash App. Isaiah, if you will put that up, that would be great. And that's the $ MIM today. The $ MIM today. If you want to do Zelle, I understand some people want to do Zelle. Just inbox me and I'll tell you. For those of you who know me, it's my phone number. For those of you who know me, Zelle is my phone number. And then if you want PayPal, we'll put that link up here as well. But y'all, if we want to see a difference, we have to be the difference. We have to be the difference. I gave you a 2-hour session right here in like 10 minutes. So hopefully it helped you. It helped motivated you to get you to go out and do what you need to do. Don't forget, if you have already voted, early voted, take a picture with you and your sticker, whatever, post it on your social media, give your own story, your own plea to get people to come out and vote. If you vote tomorrow, be sure to take your selfie then and then post it on social media. The other thing we're asking you right here on News in Motion is to contact 10 people, not your closest friends. You already know they voting, but other people. If you're bold enough when you're in line at the grocery store and you feel safe, don't do it if you don't feel safe. Just say, have you already voted? If not, don't forget voting is tomorrow. Just don't go into conversation. Don't let them pull you into a political conversation. That's what we're asking you to do. All right, y'all. Way over time. We went 54 minutes. So I'm not even going to apologize for that. But y'all, tomorrow's going to be huge. I was trying to figure out how I can go on location. It's hard to do that because I don't know how to do it with StreamYard. So Devontae, if you want to help me do that, we can go out and do that tomorrow morning, but we have to be ready to go at 7:25 a.m. But with that, y'all stay well. It's called a triple endemic. It's RSV, the flu, and COVID numbers are rising. So y'all stay well. Do what you want to. There are shots out there if you want to, boosters out there if you want to, whatever that looks like. For all of you who are going to be poll workers tomorrow, we are praying for you. Thank you again for your diligence to go out and do that. We are praying for you. If you have time off tomorrow and you want to take snacks, y'all remember, know the state rules. Know the state rules. If you don't give somebody a bottle of water, don't do that. And real quick, and y'all seem to have loved this on Thursday, I'll recap it real quick. Now, weather's supposed to be beautiful. So y'all, no mayo. No mayo. Let's not do that. No deviled eggs. Let's not do that. Make sure your phone is charged. Make sure you have a portable charger that is also charged. Ladies, Leggings, no tights. We don't want to see all your stuff. We don't want to see it. We don't want to see it. I have on some comfortable shoes. If you know you can't stand for long periods of time, have a fold-up chair to sit down. Have something to read if you need to pass the time away. Have your own bottled water. If you have medication, make sure you have a protein bar or something like that to have to take your medication. You might need to even pack a sandwich, pack a small snack if you need to. Whatever you need to do. If you're in a place that's going to be raining, y'all have an umbrella, have a poncho, have something. Y'all and make friends, talk to people. You ain't got to talk politics, but you got to pass the time away. If the lines are long, please, I beg you to stay in the line. Go ahead and get it done. If you need to call off work, that's a good day to take a vacation day. If you need to, don't call off sick because your picture may show up on the news and your employer may see that you out there voting. There's a lot of companies who are giving time up to 3 hours for employees to take off. Check with your company and see if they're offering that. Y'all be kind, be nice, be patient. And don't forget, in many places, you cannot wear voting paraphernalia that identifies a person, a candidate, or an issue. Don't do that. Again, know the rules. We posted the link from USA Today on Thursday in this thread. So check that out. It gives every state and all their vote rules. I think that's all I have to you. Oh, yeah. Dr. Antoinette said, BYOW, bring your own water. Bring your own water, please, y'all. If somebody's offering you water, don't take it. It could be a setup. It could be a trick. So just be patient, a lot of patience. Yes, that's right, Marion. No mayo, no tights. Bring your own water. Y'all, let's just do what we need to do. And on top of all of that, let's pray. All right, y'all, that's all I have for today. I'm Gail Dudley. Thank you so much for allowing me to spend this hour with you on this Monday, the day before the midterm elections. Stay well and remember, make some bold moves. I'm out.